Nick and I. Okay, so this is being recorded. Okay, so we would like to welcome you to our presentation at North on Bayview. We hope to have a long-standing relationship with you and your team. I need the next slide. Okay, so what I start off with is I tell you a little bit of history of Mansouri Living. The company basically, it's a family-run company, family-owned. It's multi-generational. So they have over 30 years experience in the building industry, and they really have built everything from condominiums to parks to commercial plazas, and they have concentrated like a lot of their low-end product in the East End. So Whitby, Pickering, Oshawa, Bowmanville, they have been building for years. But we also have built condominium building, the Perry, which is located in Yorkville on Pears, is their building, which they built, and they won a number of build awards for that community, like for the layouts as well as for the brochure. So they're very innovative as well in their designs. 4 of the 5 family members are architects by trade. And you can really see that in our plans, as well as the little details that they've put into our community. They really care of what they are building and what they attach their names to, basically. Okay.
Next slide.
These are just some of the homes that they have built. They've just finished a project in Whitby, townhomes in Folkestone, and that is the exterior rendering and some photos of one of their homes that they finished there. I guess they had a model home, so they were able to take pictures of that particular model. Next slide. This is a photo of the Perry, and as well as another townhome project that we built in Whitby near the water. So those are a little, like, I mean, the Perry is more recent than Harbor Cove, but it shows you, like, even back then at Harbor Cove, they were leaning towards the more contemporary exteriors and not building your typical product that everyone else basically is building. Next slide. We are really in the best Richmond Hill location for new product, where we own the northeast corner of Bayview and Elgin Mills. And we all know any real estate along Bayview comes at a premium. Like, there is a little cachet about Bayview, and it doesn't matter where you purchase along Bayview, whether it's Bayview and Elgin Mills or Bayview and Lawrence, the land value along there has always been higher than other areas. Okay. And we're building this corner in here. Okay, next slide. This is our site plan. So it shows you what we are trying to achieve in Richmond Hill. So we are basically, our phase 1 consists of 48 freehold model townhomes. This is the 10 acres. The developers will only be developing 6 of the 10 acres. 4 acres has been given back to the city to remain as treed area as well as conservation area. There are 2 styles of townhomes that we are building in this community. We have our terrace townhomes, which are this block and these blocks here. Now, this block really hasn't been released yet, but I'm pretty sure we're able to get a price you have a client that only wants to be at that location. But these blocks are released. And then we have the balance are our forest townhomes that back directly onto the ravine. Now, also part and parcel of Mansouri Living getting the green light from the city of Richmond Hill, they're also working with the Conservation Authority, and they will, now there is a natural mature tree line that is already in existence here, but they've been also asked to plant quite a few more trees back there. So it really will be far denser than what it appears to be right now. All of the yellow dots are sold stickers, and they're all firm sales. We normally, like this, they do not add the sale, like this was the last sale your team did. That won't get a yellow sticker until it firms up and the 10 days are up. Okay. Now, our next phase, just so you know, does anyone have a question? You know, you can interrupt me at any time. If you have a question, I'm not offended. Does anyone have a question? No? Okay. Nick, did you want to add anything?
So far, it's fine. Everything is fine so far.
Okay. Then we also have in our phase 2, we have 2 mid-rise condominium buildings. Because your team has helped us sell in the townhomes, Mansouri Living will be going to any of the brokerages that have sold in the townhome phase first. So you will be getting allocations before anyone else that hasn't brought us a sale. We understand that this product is far more difficult to sell, so we will be rewarding the brokers and the agents that help us out here. Okay. The 2 mid-rise buildings, basically at the tallest point will be 14 stories. So this section and this section will be 14 stories. Then with the podium here, this will be 8 stories and this will be 7 stories. So it's not a massive high-rise tower. Next slide. Okay, so basically the corner that we're building, everything is in place in this area, and that's why I think this community is such a great place to be. Like, not only am I selling this product, but I really believe in this project. We're very close to everything. Like, there is public transportation on our 4 corners. There is the GO train, which is like literally 10 minutes away. You have all of the major highways. The furthest one is the 400, and that one is maybe a 15 to 20-minute drive from the site. So everything is close by. You're able to get anywhere in the city and the outskirts of Toronto, basically. Next slide. This shows like where everything really is located. So you have major parks that are close to the area. You have all of the shopping that you can imagine, restaurants, cafes, everything is in place. Sorry, everything is in place here. So it's not as if you're moving to like an area where there's nothing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's no public transportation, there's no shopping, it's just starting out. Like, a lot of these conveniences are already here. as well as the schools. Like any of the schools in this direct area, because the inhabitants in this area, schooling is very important. They're all highly graded schools. It's not like in Toronto or in other parts of Toronto and, you know, like the outskirts of Toronto, where there are some schools that aren't, you know, don't have the latest and the greatest. Most of the schools in our school district have enrichment programs. Okay, next slide. Next, okay. So this just basically talks about what's in the area, the parks and everything. I kind of touched on this already. We can go to the next slides. This I spent some time on because I find that our community, the location, as well as our designs are phenomenal. Like I love our exterior, the exterior look of our homes, basically, that contemporary look. They've really gone overboard with the sizes of the windows. I've never seen, like I've seen windows this large in high-rise condominiums, but never in low-rise. Like, I mean, the ratio to windows in comparison to what is out there, they've really put in oversized windows, and even the extra little details, like the different materials that are used on the exterior, the masonry walls, the brick, even the rooftop terraces, because all of our townhomes, whether it's the forest townhomes or the terrace townhomes, they all have large rooftop terraces. The way they've been designed is like most builders will only do like the glass railing that you see. We have done where a lot of the outdoor spaces behind the parapet walls, so you're not right on top of the roof or, you know, on display for everybody. There still is quite a bit of privacy with the way they've been designed. Next slide. These are the, this here is the side of the, like our terrace townhomes have dual entrances, which kind of really works for certain professions. Like my accountant lives in something like this, so I would enter like off of the busier street, but it's separate. Like what ends up happening is his office is separate from the rest of the townhome, so I never interrupt the family, basically, and it works quite well for that type of a profession. And this shows the side that, not the front, where the garage is. Okay, the secondary entrance. Next slide. This shows you the front elevation of the forest townhomes as well as the terrace townhomes, where you see the sizes of the windows and just like the stepping that occurs, and you know, like the extra balcony here. So on they all have like an additional balcony over and above the rooftop terrace. So there is a lot of outdoor space in all of our plans. Next slide.
Right.
These are our floor plans. So we've started with our forest townhomes. These are the ones that back onto the greenbelt, to the ravine lots. They have backyards, the large rooftop terraces. What I'm going to do is touch on the differences that I think sets us apart. The main one that you can take a peek at is in our lower level, the basement. Number one, we actually have or able to get legal zoning for secondary suites in the lower level. And what we've done to max out that space is we're actually excavating beneath the garage. I've never seen a developer do that. This is a direct result of the 4 members being architects. Design is of utmost importance. And you'll see that there are a number of builders or developers that have just opened up their offices that have kind of copied not only our floor plans, but even our incentives that we advertise. Now, with Scott, with yours and your dad's team, this is private, that you're able to offer the 6% plus the cash back on closing. That is a silent thing that your team is able to use when speaking to their clients directly. Like, we don't want it advertised, but we want to give you a bit of an edge than, you know, anybody else. Okay. The other thing that we've done with the lower levels, not only excavated beneath the garage, what we've also done is we've relocated the furnace and the hot water tank from the basement so that you're able to max out that secondary suite. We've relocated it to the mechanical room on the roof. So that gives you extra space. We're doing the extra large windows with the window wells. So for safety purposes, there is a secondary escape. The other thing that I bring to your attention is how someone is able to get into the secondary suite if you have a client that's looking to invest. You know, like they can have 2 families, like 2 units. It is a shared foyer. So what would end up happening is both the homeowner and the tenant in the lower level would share the foyer, but the homeowner would install this optional door and either enter through the garage or through this door and have access to their townhome. The tenant would enter here and unlock this door and go down to their space. What I love about this is that the client does not have to spend the extra money to purchase an end unit, and they don't have to spend the extra money to do a basement walkout. And it also, the backyard remains private use for the homeowner. So if you're in your backyard barbecuing and you do not have your tenant interrupting you all the time, their comings and goings, because they don't have access to the backyard. Okay, and then this one here is our terrace townhome. It shows the dual entrances, right? Now we do have a new plan where we're able to convert this space into a 4th bedroom with its own ensuite. That is an incentive that we are including. That used to be a $40,000 option. And on the terrace townhomes, that is something that we are including. The other thing that I love about the terrace townhomes is the huge walk-in pantry. And once again, because we're building on a 20-foot envelope, our room sizes are all a good size. Like, I've seen principal suites that are like 8 feet wide, which, you know, like, I mean, it's unheard of in low rise. The other thing that we are doing is, like, we've upgraded all of the standard finishing as well. These are luxury townhomes that they're building, and they've thought of everything. We can actually move on to the next slide. These are
Yeah, Frank, just we have a 2 o'clock meeting in the same Zoom, so I just want to be careful of the time. But you're doing great.
We can quickly go by. This shows you the oversized windows, how they envision the kitchen. Next. This is a drawing of that lower level, the secondary suite. So you can see the size of the windows are quite large and what they envision. Next. This is the rooftop terrace, which I'll just explain. We're doing proper decking floor. You see the glass railing here, but all of the privacy walls. We're also including the rough-in for the gas line for future barbecues on the rooftop terraces. That's standard. Next. These are just some of our features. I've covered all of these. 9-foot ceilings. We're including the 5 appliances. We're including hardwood flooring throughout. All of our staircases are oak. There is no carpet in our townhomes. All of the finished ceilings are smooth ceilings. These are all standard features for us. Okay. This is some of our incentives, which I'm pretty sure your team members are all familiar with, where we're doing the free assignment other than legals. We're doing the cap DCs at 10,000 right now, the AC, the 5 appliances, everything else, right? Like, and then our pricing, we can send I'm pretty sure you have our broker portal. So all of this, and you do have that special price list as well that you're able to discuss with your clients. But our pricing ranges from 1.6 to 1.950. Okay. Our occupancy dates, the range is from April to September of 2025. Our POTL fees, you're looking at $210.78 per month. And that includes the maintenance of the private road we're building on, snow removal, garbage pickup, that sort of stuff. For a limited time period, of course, that 6% commission and a total of only 10% deposits. So we're doing 50,000 with the agreement, and then 30,000 in 90 days, and the balance to 10% in 120 days. The first deposit must be a bank draft. And then this is, you can scan to get onto the broker portal if you like, and well, I guess that's Nick's telephone number. It is the sales office email address if you need any further information, and you know the location of our sales office. But thank you for having us. Nick,
Thanks for everything. Yeah, very much appreciated. And thank Branka. That presentation was amazing. And I know you guys got a meeting. I'll let you guys go. But Scott, thanks for everything.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Branka. Let's work on those five deals for you guys.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah,
sure.
Bye, everyone.
go.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.